Hello, everyone. I do apologize for not having anything last week.
Yeah,
totally. Yeah, no, I had some personal stuff going on that was causing issues, but it's for the most part taken care of. I'm here now, and welcome back to Fury of the Outlands, the ever on and off campaign of chaotic fuckery by members of the United States and one Australian. As always, I'm your humble dungeon master Dan. I am a theater freak and a TTRPG geek. And somehow we're at 28 episodes of this goddamn campaign over a span of over a year now. How the fuck did that happen?
We are at how many episodes?
28
apparently 28 in a span of a year. 28 in the span. Yeah, we compared to other campaigns we've done, this has been very slack. This has been very, very slack.
Do you have any idea how long it took me to finish DMing the Phandelver Mines campaign? That was my first campaign I ever ran, and I love the region because I know Forgotten Realms series, and I added a few tweaks of my own to that campaign, which is probably why it took longer, but
probably
I was a new DM, so.
Oh, valid.
Also, my players are a bunch of murder hobos.
We don't have murder hobos, we have chaos hobos.
Originally, in the Phandelver Mines, the town of Coneyberry is supposed to be a ruin. But in the Icewind Dale trilogy, there's this whole scene involving like Agatha and this town of Coneyberry, and it's still a living, breathing town. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do that instead. And so I ran the whole town with like NPCs and everything. I accidentally, through no coinkydink, named the tavern the Wild Berry, which of course is the name of the grocery store that I work. And then
yes, it is.
This was truly an accident. I named the owner of the tavern Phil, and the owner of the little garden farm across the street was named Joel. Now, in real life, I have now 2 co-workers named Joel. But at the time, there was only 1. And then the owner of Wild Berries is named Phil. And
so yeah.
I swear to the gods that was entirely an accident.
I mean, to be fair, at the very least in the campaigns that I've run, plus one shots, there's always 2 not necessarily idiot characters, but there's 2 kind of slapstick characters that we always have. Named Todd and Daryl.
Yeah, they're always like really easy names when you're coming up with a spontaneous character.
Yeah, in any of my campaigns, there's always a Todd and there's always a Daryl for some fucking reason. But yeah, basically, if you're ever in Eureka, California, go to Wild Berries Marketplace and heckle the shit out of ducks. No.
If you do, I will know it's you.
Yeah, if anyone does because of me, he'll know it's me. But either way, if you want to know what our lives are like outside of the campaign and not necessarily outside of D&D, go over to Spotify and listen to the podcast. Guys, it is heavily outdated by at least 2 years, but it's still a fun listen. We are all chaotic. We are all nerdy. Myself especially so. Adults be warned, children be terrified. Parents, if you get to episode 2 and you have your children, 1, what the fuck is wrong with you? 2, be ready for a lot of questions from your children who listen. 3, don't have your children listen to that episode.
I really want to listen to it now.
Why haven't you?
because I have a life, and it takes away things.
You know what?
Yeah,
That's valid.
You definitely don't want to waste your time with them.
No,
Yeah, no, especially at work. I put it this way. Don't put it this way. If you for some reason listen to the podcast at work, be sure you have headphones on and nobody can hear it.
Are you kidding me? I listen to Small Town Murder from the work computer, blaring. Like, the customers can't hear me, but everyone who goes through the back will. And one time I had a person from Ramones walk through at the very wrong time. Like, the two people doing the podcast said, like, I don't remember what the hell it was, but it was the most unhinged thing. It wasn't something, they were, like, disgusted about it, too. They weren't, like, joking about it. They were like, this is horrible, but they said, like, this thing right when she walked in, and it was like, I promise I'm not a serial killer, or whatever it was. I don't remember the episode. It was hilarious.
No, okay. On a completely different note, if you want to hear some music, on Spotify and any other music listening site, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, our buddy Waira has a couple of songs out. One is about a pug, which is very adorable. The other could be seen as very political, but we're not going to get into that. Too much politics anyway.
her name is
They're good.
I can't spell her name. Wayra on Spotify. Spotify? Question mark?
Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music. We'll focus on those three because pretty much everyone will know. Will be able to use like one of those three.
Yeah.
Me personally, I use YouTube Music because Spotify hates my fucking guts when it comes to listening to music or listening to music that I want to listen to. We'll leave it at that. Our buddy Angel does artwork over at Tenshi Art on social medias. Yes, I'm outing you. Sorry, not sorry.
Yes, Tenshi Art. I do YouTube, making YouTube videos now.
Yeah.
I almost died last week.
And finally, mainly as a joke because I know I did this last time, but has anyone here ever heard of the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV? No. I'm not doing the full bit. But
We are not sponsored, but if Square Enix is listening and they want to sponsor us, we won't mind.
I mean,
if they decide to sponsor us, this channel will skyrocket.
we'd have better luck. Honestly, it is very fucking rare. But I mean, if unless they saw Void Omnia and was like, you know what, we're turning that into Final Fantasy 17,
Which honestly, I don't know if they would want that, considering it's literally just an amalgamation of every Final Fantasy game together.
I mean, so is every other Final Fantasy game if you think about it.
The story is original, but the locations definitely aren't. Oh no!
Yeah, no.
Named after something.
No,
Damn.
for sure. But yeah, no, that would be the only reason they take interest into us.
It's like those kids are doing some great stuff with our worlds. Let's make it a game and ruin it.
Oh God!
Let's take the original concept that they wrote and absolutely change it and ruin it.
I mean,
FF13 FF versus 13.
Fuck.
You'll live on in Kingdom Hearts 4.
I mean, question. Okay, real question. I've seen the fucking stats on like Steam and whatnot, but does anyone actually know whether or not 16 has a decent standing?
I don't know.
As in, what do you mean?
Well, okay.
We'll get into that after the D&D session.
Yeah, you know what? We can get into that later. Yeah. We can get into that later. But in the meantime, we're spending a fucking 20 minutes just rambling.
We haven't even hit the fucking recap yet. Oh,
no, we haven't even done the recap. We just did the fucking call out.
Turn off the stream.
Seriously, Carlo, what's the timer at right now?
We just hit 10 minutes.
Fucking
Oh,
hell.
shit.
We're
Okay,
not that
that's
far in.
okay.
That's not as bad as I.
Yeah, no, I thought we'd be hitting like 15 or 20 by now. But okay. That being said, we'll talk about other shenanigans later in a time where it doesn't necessarily involve us. But if you guys would like to see us play Final Fantasy XIV, for those who somehow watch us, let us know and I will convince everyone to be Lalafels, and we start from scratch, including Angel.
I would love that.
Like, no, seriously, imagine, like, at the very, like, we all can at least make a light party, and I know I'm going off on a tangent, this is going to be the last one. But imagine if we did, like, something in a full party, like, dungeon or raid, and someone just gets on and sees, like, at least half of the fucking party is nothing but Lalafels.
I'm down. I'm down to do
Yeah.
that, even if we're not streaming it.
Yeah, no.
We should stream it anyways.
Yeah, well, we should totally stream it. And, if, like, if we all, when we all choose, knowing how things are probably going to be structured, either me or Roz would be the group healer.
Hey, let's get to the D&Ds. We can get to that afterwards.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But am I wrong though?
Nah.
Honestly, it would probably be Roz that is the group healer.
Yeah, no, yeah. You can be like an off tank. Whenever
Yeah.
like you pull ads and stuff, and I'll get the main boss.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I play Dragoon and be the floor tank. Again. Nope. Jumping Lalafell.
Fucking.
Don't spill the tea, Angel. No, but okay, to be fair, if it did end up being the case where Roz ends up being the healer again, should we just all find a way to convince her to play Scholar?
No, she's definitely a white mage girl, and I'm proud of her for not wanting to go into.
I mean, some people do swear by Scholar. And not recently. Like I said, I've seen stuff on Reddit where people have like sworn by it like 2 years ago.
Yes.
Granted, a couple of them have said that it gets better after level 50, which is valid. But I mean, I feel like that goes for every starting class. That's my 2 cents, at least. But we can have that conversation another time on possibly a Guys podcast stream. Now we're probably hitting 20 minutes. So let's actually get into a fucking recap. Last we left off, the party had made their way through the Maze of Embers in hopes to finally find answers to the Volkanov curse. In doing so, Yuri got into a fight with a fire Goliath and somehow won. And that was just to get into the maze. But they also came across a trial involving the past events of Volkanovs that came before him. One of which included Yuri's father, Dmitry Volkanov, in which Yuri had the meta-breaking opportunity to experience his father's memories, but in particular, the memories of which convinced Dmitry Volkanov to officially start the journey for the maze and to leave his family. The party talked, shared their memories, went through a journal of another member of the Volkanov family who, to be fair, it was the journal of two different members of the family, one of which was its original owner, that of Valkosi Volkanov, and then the later half was done by a descendant of Valkosi's, known as Alexei Volkanov. After conversations, it was also discovered that the party kobold, Big B, somehow awakened some form of arcane power inside of him that is kind of being put off at the moment because there are more pressing matters. But at the very least now, Big B has some form of arcane power that could possibly be dangerous. We don't know yet. The party's newest member, Frost, had a variety of newish experience that he wasn't entirely expecting, and offered prayers to at least one of the gods in hope that they ensure that these people somehow get the fuck out alive. And Yuri got into a yelling match with the goddess of fire. Again. Because I'm fairly certain this is the second time where Yuri's yelled at this particular goddess.
Yuri's looking to get smoked.
What is it with fucking, like, all of our, like, party characters being mad at God and goddesses and just...
I mean, to be fair, in this case, it's kind of valid because...
Honestly,
like,
both are valid. Because, like, this woman, this goddess is insane.
From what I heard of the conversation that the two of them had, I don't think that Yuri, just personally, I don't think Yuri's giving her a chance.
Oh no, he's not.
But I'm missing a ton of context, so my opinion is
not
pretty much invalid.
a little bit of context for sure, but at the very least, Yuri, like, between conversations with the hot-headed bitch, not his words or mine, but that's a good way to describe what Yuri thinks of the goddess.
Quite literally, the hottest girl around.
Yeah, and a bitch. Yuri, apparently the Volkanov family is tied into Rhea's side of the Primordial Enclave a lot more than he initially thought, as various ancestral members of Yuri's family were once seen as nobles, during times before and around a era within Mithrin known as the Era of Silence. A time where the gods decided to say fuck you to the mortals, step back, and shut off the arcane wellspring. A lot of lore that doesn't need to be get into right now, but not only that, it seems like because of that aspect, the Volkanovs were always seen in some extent of being champions of the goddess of fire. Whether or not that actually plays into part of what's going on, Yuri doesn't know, nor does he really care. He just wants it all to fucking end and maybe get his father back, who Rhea did confirm is indeed still alive. After that, everyone had a nice long rest, and that is basically where we are now. So, I need to change the music. As of right now, you all have a long rest, which doesn't necessarily matter. You all... Yeah, because none of you really did anything that was that exhausting.
We're still gonna kill some things. And they're gonna
Eventually.
attack us. I'm gonna be so scared. And it's gonna be...
As a lot of the days and nights that you've spent within the Maze of Embers, you wake up to your bodies and your campsites being covered in at least a smallish layer of ash, which is very annoying for most of you, but Yuri, for most of you, probably except for Yuri, because of the fact, well, fire genasi. You all pretty much brush off the ash from your clothing, your gear, your campsite, pack up, and continue your way through the maze. Now, at this point, you've spent probably close to what feels like maybe a week, if not give or take a few days here. At least that's what it feels like to all of you, but it's kind of hard to tell because the sky doesn't necessarily change with the particular times of day. And none of you have the fee to try and memorize time periods, thank God. And I'm not going to tell you which one that is. You're going to have to find that out yourself, fuckers.
I make a history check.
No. This is...
Oh yeah, I want
nice
to
try.
look in the history of my mind. Can I get a history check?
We already got two players here with a lucky feat, and we've got one with the alert feat. I'm already terrified. But either way, to what it feels like, you guys have been in here for around a week, give or take.
A week in the maze?
Give or take a few days. Your clothes, while you do continuously try to brush off the aspects of ash that continue to occasionally fall, they are seeing some form of wear and stains from said ash. So, even if you're unsure if it has been a week or not, you know it's been a good while, because at this point you can definitely see that all of your clothes, at the very least the cloth aspects of your clothes, maybe not necessarily the metal, but all of which are showing signs of ash stains upon them. As you continue to sort of traverse through the maze at this particular point, is there anything that you all are wanting to do as you're kind of traversing or wanting to keep in mind? I'll just I'll just kind of go into line at this point. Angel.
So, I would like... Actually, never mind. He's gonna just be focusing on trying to stay alert. So, never mind. I rose my hand. You go ahead, Dustin.
All right, God damn it, I keep forgetting that is an actual thing. All right, either way, Frost, what about you?
Just gonna be looking for patterns in the maze, particularly signs of other people coming through, perhaps some irregularities in the structures, or just some maybe even glaringly obvious structure parts like the door we found with that one chamber. If we can find something else like that, maybe we can find more clues as to how the maze is completable. And if we found that one woman's chamber, if she has one, then perhaps there may be clues in there as well.
Okay. Before we get into that, Yuri, what about you? Is there anything particular you're kind of wanting to do as you're going, or you're kind of thinking of?
Not necessarily. I guess I'll just be... Sorry. Just trying to stay alert as the group heads forward.
Okay. So, at the very least, for Frost and Rakion, I want both of you to make perception checks. Yuri, you can make one too if you would like.
I got a 10.
Damn.
Well.
14.
Damn, not bad.
Nice.
I'm sorry.
Which
There we go. Okay. 16.
Damn.
I do.
Nice. Okay, so for Yuri and for Arakion, as you guys are sort of keeping an eye out and kind of looking around, the one thing that you do notice is that it seems like as you get deeper into the maze, it seems like you are seeing ash husks more and more frequently. As of right now, they still sort of attack you. They are still, they are not provoking you or the party members at this particular time, and they're non-hostile.
Still pretty
But-
docile.
They're still docile, but the frequency that you are seeing one, at the very least, you are seeing at the very a couple within the span of maybe every half hour to 45 minutes.
It's a lot more than we were originally.
Yeah, no, you're not entirely sure if it's the same ones or if they're new ones because fucking bullshit maze mechanics. But the fact that they are showing up more often definitely puts you more on edge. Frost, you definitely see them every once in a bit, but you're just like, but because of the fact that they're so kind of docile at this moment, you don't really pay much attention to them. Aside from the occasional prayer of hoping whoever the soul of this ash husk was finds peace, as they are still sort of undead.
Oh, hang on a sec. Be right back.
Is that Monty Python? All right. But yeah, no. You guys eventually continue to sort of walk, as like keeping an eye on the ash husks. Occasionally taking time to rest. And then there comes a point where, at the very least for the both of you, Arakion and Yuri, you do notice that somehow some aspect of the maze definitely starts to seem different. Along with the fact that the overall air within the maze is definitely starting to feel hotter, much like it has always been as you're going deeper. You once again kind of start to see what looks to be like aspects of either mist or smoke kind of dancing within the air around you. At first, it starts out as small amounts of wisp, but as you sort of continue to move further and further in, you notice that the mist or smoke, whatever this is, starts to become a little bit stronger and stronger with each step that you sort of take as you're continuing through.
Did I just go? Hello?
Yep, nope, I can hear you.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, you're good. No.
I was just gonna ask, do we have anything necessarily that we... Well, first of all, I guess I should ask that, is this smoke surrounding us, do we think that it poses some greater threat than just visual?
I'm gonna say give me a investigation check.
Alright. Ooh! Nat 20.
Oh,
Damn.
wow.
So, from what you can tell, it's definitely not posing any threat to you in this particular instance. As you kind of reach your hand through the sort of smoke-like mist, or mist-like smoke, it's hard to tell. But as you kind of reach your hands through it, nothing seems to affect you coming from it. And you you take a sniff into the air. It doesn't smell like there's anything that seems to be burning, or at the very least, there's of any form of fire or destruction in relation to it anywhere around you. It just kind of seems to be manifesting around you as you all are continuing to walk.
Hey, look, guys! I got a toaster.
Hey, look at that
Let's
sound.
go.
Also, was that ringtone Monty Python?
No, it was the Death Star. The Death Star theme.
Oh, I was close.
What? Close. You
No,
said
I thought
Monty
it-
Python.
Yeah, no, I thought it was the music from Holy Grail.
Nope, not even close. Well, I guess I don't know. It's been a while since I've watched that movie, so
Oh, such a classic. Anyway,
what did I miss?
well, you all are surrounded by a smoke-like mist that doesn't seem to be hurting you at this particular moment.
What did the Nat 20 investigation get us?
It's not dangerous, and there is nothing that seems to be physically dangerous or any sort of destructional harm that seems to be within the immediate vicinity that you can see or smell.
So it's not a smoke screen.
No.
Okay.
Don't clerics have a divine sense thing?
I may have something like that. Yes. Actually, I'm pretty sure I have that spell. Detect good and evil.
Yeah.
No,
that
I
one.
don't.
What?
I have detect poison and disease.
Oh.
No.
Makes sense. It makes sense
mean-
actually with my backstory.
Okay,
Oh.
but also, to be fair, clerics can switch out their spells. They're prepared casters. So,
Next time.
next time. And ironically enough, I always forget this, but technically clerics are also are prepared casters. Artifice, like clerics obviously make sense. Druid makes. Honestly, I kind of wish every spellcaster was a prepared caster. It just kind of makes more sense. At the very
Well-
least, sorcerers.
Yeah, I was gonna say sorcerers and maybe warlocks probably wouldn't be prepared casters because of the nature of their power. It comes from something else.
From being
Or-
an epiphany.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wizards
no.
definitely make sense.
No,
Artificers.
wizards make sense. Artificers can make sense. Clerics can
I think-
kind of make sense.
I don't remember clerics being able to switch out their spells actually.
Yeah, no, clerics can, druids can, paladins can, wizards obviously can. It's only warlocks and sorcerers and bards that cannot. Which kind of seems weird. Like, I don't know. That's a conversation for a guys episode that we will never do. No. So yeah, no. As you guys are kind of walking through all this, actually, that being said, I want all of you to make another perception check as you're doing this.
Oh, I thought you were about to say freaking hey, roll initiative.
That'd be
No.
great. That'd be the first bit of combat that I see since I started. Fuck me.
Oh shit.
Oh damn.
Oh god.
I got a 1.
22.
Okay. So, for Yuri and Frost, as you guys are sort of continuing to walk, and as like this smoke-like mist begins to kind of grow stronger and stronger, both of you can't see the rest of the party.
Mm.
Oh fuck.
You are completely isolated and now surrounded by this mist-like fog.
God.
Arakion.
We're cooked.
I would like to make an Arcana check on the mists.
All right, yeah. Make an Arcana check.
Doo-doo-doo. The rolls hate me today. I got a 13 total.
So, at the very least, from what you can tell, this might be some magic of nature, but you are not really that skilled with magical practices of really a lot of sorts, so it's kind of hard for you to tell exactly what it is, but you know that there's a chance of this possibly being some sort of magic.
I would try to like say something to like get the attention of the others, like, "Hello, guys, are you there?"
Is Frost now Australian?
No, no, I have something in my mouth, so.
No, that's fine. So before we get to that, Arakion, you do notice that, like, as this sort of mist is getting thicker and thicker, the party, like, itself, like, is getting, like, surrounded and whatnot, and you can still see silhouettes of everyone, for the most part. There's, like, maybe a few... Actually, wait, what the fuck did you roll again? I actually...
22.
Oh, 22, yeah.
Yeah, 22 total. So, you do notice that as it gets stronger, it seems like everyone is getting surrounded in it to a certain extent, to the point where you do see that some of them, like, first you can, like, see them as they're right next to you, then the fog gets stronger and you get to see their silhouettes, and then you completely lost track. Wait, who got the net one first?
I did.
Yeah, Frost. Yeah, Frost silhouette immediately disappears, and you see that Yuri's is just about to disappear. At this point, I'd say you have a chance of, at the very least, as of right now, you have a chance of grabbing one person within your party to ensure that you do not lose sight of them.
I gotta choose for now?
Yes, you do.
Oh, that's gonna suck. Okay, I'm gonna go about this logically. Me, I'm a damage guy. I haven't anything that really heal me. Though, then again, I can't... Okay, so, sorry, Yuri. I'm gonna have to go with Ingliocastamazillion. Because
Okay.
I need someone to heal me so I can find you.
Okay, so just before you lose sight of Frost, you immediately start to grab him. Frost, at this point, you, like, it's like as soon as you're, like, saying, "Is anyone there?" you just immediately feel like someone pulling at the back of your armor.
Yeah, it's like I literally just take my hand, just like grab him by the shoulder, and pull him in, like, "Hey, don't you go away."
Yeah. So
You pull me in, and I swing around and attack you in the face on instinct.
okay, you know what? You know what? Roll a hit. Roll.
All right.
Yeah. I'd say this would be an unarmed strike. Just
I
put it
My
simply.
AC is 20.
I have a
yeah,
plus
shit.
5.
All right.
Oh fuck! I hit you in the face.
So, Arakion, you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as Frost just immediately turns around and decks you in the face.
Whack! Oh, sorry. Something grabbed me in the mist, so I responded.
Okay, so that being said,
Hang on. It was me, you dolt. Don't go
Okay,
anywhere.
so-
We need to find Yuri.
that being said, Yuri, odds or evens?
Oh my fucking god.
Roll a d4.
You want to phone a friend?
No.
Already got it out.
I will choose evens.
Okay. Okay, Yuri, I'm gonna need you to mute yourself.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Bye.
So,
You mean like mute, like as in he can't hear us anymore?
No. At this point, I'm not even gonna use the back room and whatnot, and he's streaming, so I can't send him to the back room this time.
True.
Well, he can deafen
So-
himself, right?
But if he deafens himself, oh yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah,
he could
Yeah.
deafen himself by taking out the headphones or something.
yeah, but he can't deafen the actual Discord because otherwise,
Yeah, we won't be able to hear
So-
us. Never mind.
Frost and Arakion.
At this point, I've got my mace out.
Okay, you have your mace out. Arakion, I'm guessing.
My gun.
Yeah, you get your gun out. You two are walking through the mist, realizing that you have lost sight of everyone in the party. As you are making your way through all of this, you begin to hear what sounds like discordant whispers.
That doesn't
Shit.
sound good.
Discordant whispers, the sounds of what at the time seems to be multiple voices that eventually begin to die down, not die down, but become less and less in mass. What sounds like many eventually becomes some, which becomes a few, to the point where eventually you hear what sounds like two different voices.
Hang on a sec.
Don't
There it is.
leave my sight.
I'm going to put wrong spell, hang on. My hand on your shoulder and I say a quick spell and flip out a small parchment with a bit of text on it, and I say a quick spell, and the text or the parchment just evaporates into flame, and I cast Shield of Faith upon the which adds 2 to your armor class. So your 20 is now 22.
Jesus Christ! All right.
I still wouldn't have dodged your punch.
Hey, listen, I'm a
Okay.
I'm a veteran. All right, I'm the equivalent of the Marines. All right.
Fair, yeah, I can see that.
So, Arakion, for you in particular, like as the both of you are hearing these two voices that are sort of muttering around you, you eventually see what looks to be a silhouette ahead of you, making its way towards you. Like, immediately you're thinking it's one of the party, but eventually you see that it isn't necessarily the case. What you see in front of you is humanoid,
Oh God, why'd you have to
but
specify?
it's humanoid. It's not one of the ash husks, but you see a figure clad in the armor of the Lions of the Sands,
Oh Jesus fucking Christ! Oh.
making their way towards you. And what you can see in this particular one has what looks to be a gunshot wound directly in its head. It's not your uncle, but it's
Okay.
one of your clankin, one that you immediately sort of do recognize, but you know that this guy should be dead.
Is it Robert?
No, it's not Robert.
God damn it!
It is it's the member of your clan that you killed before you went into exile.
Oh, that guy. Oh, okay.
Now,
Huh.
to be fair, you recognize him, but in your head you're also thinking, shit, I actually don't know this guy's name offhand.
Yeah, he was just like grunt number one, number.
That's not
Yeah,
good.
pretty. But you see this. You see this clankin of this old clankin of yours. He's not undead, which is very fucking weird. He looks like he's alive, but he's looking directly at you, and he looks pissed. Despite the fact that he does have the freaking gunshot wound from your own gun.
Fire cannot see that.
He,
So
Val.
I
He's
can
both.
also see him, right?
yes, you can see him as well, Frost.
Okay.
He's based in that regard.
I'm thinking about doing something. I'm gonna wait until we see what this thing does before I use it, though.
You both watch as this figure, directing its attention solely on Arakion,
Oh gosh.
Looks-
Oh, fuck.
looks at you and goes,
No way.
"How could you have done this to your own kin? I know we exactly didn't know each other, but we're still members of the same clan." And like as he's saying this, you hear his voice sort of echoing, and the sort of voices, like the two voices you were hearing, sort of echo along with what this figure is saying.
I'm gonna turn to you and I'm gonna say, "What did you do, Arakion?"
Nothing. Well, nothing.
Why is he so upset with you?
Obviously, I shot him in the fucking face.
So that was your gun.
Indeed, it was.
Man. The figure looks even more agitated and is like, "Nothing? You claim you did nothing? You fucking killed me."
Oh, I did something. I just am not ready to kill him yet. And
Okay.
my reason for doing so is still stands.
I did nothing to directly harm you. I had my own family waiting for me in Carleona, and thanks to them, they just grew up without me.
Let's be honest. Whether they grew up with or without you, you and your entire family, damn near every single civilian or any person who was in that clan, you all would have been living in hell.
Is that your justification for killing me?
No. My justification for killing you was you were about to take another life. We, at the time, I don't know what clan you were in, but that's not the clan that I grew up in. We'd never do something like that. And so, when I saw that you wouldn't stand down, I did what I had to do. And, like I said before, I don't regret it one bit. Because I kill monsters.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Am I wise? Am I wise?
Sort of.
I know.
So, you say this to this particular figure. You watch as your own words begin to sort of echo. Not necessarily echo within the mysterious voices that are creeping the fuck out of you and Frost, but sort of echo in your own voice. And the figure makes its way over to strike you. And I'm gonna have to roll something here.
Oh no. Do I see it coming?
I mean, the guy's like literally in front of you.
Oh, so it should be easy.
Did I put away? Yeah, I did put away.
But I punched you.
Well, like you said, you're military training. This guy is just, like I said, grunt number 26.
Shit. Dice is.
Also apparently had a family.
Yes,
So,
everyone has a
let's be honest.
family.
Though, honestly, let's be honest. You should have thought of your family before that. Now you got your ass capped. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, so you move out of the way fairly easily. And you watch as it kind of moves out, you hear what almost seems to be this sort of low ending shriek as the arm moves. And as it misses you, you watch as it does begin to sort of slowly dissipate.
Ooh.
And
Wait, how do
then,
you mean dissipate?
like,
Do you get Thanos?
it's not like necessarily being Thanos, but it's like moving your hand through. Oh God, what is the best way to describe it? Shit. Okay, I am at a loss of description, but it's sort of like
dissipating.
Like he fades through, like phases through me, like the Flash.
not through you. You watch as it's as it tried to reach out to you, you obviously avoided it. Yeah, no, Carlos kind of got it. It's kind of like as if moving through a ghost. Like you watch as it sort of dissipates and then kind of slowly reforms within the mist around it. Still looking very pissed at you. But
I kind of did just insult his family, so I mean, I kind of get it.
yeah, but you see as this figure looks to you even more and goes, "You have no regrets over killing a life that evidently led to your own damn exile?"
I didn't need you or those cretins. Now, are you gonna properly attack me? Or are you just gonna piss off to the wind? We got a maze to finish, and I have a certain person I need to see. And make sure he doesn't get himself lost.
And almost as fucking ruthless as you claim the rest of us are at that point.
Well, that may be. But one day, death shall come for me. And it shall come in a glorious flash. Just as I given you, just as I have given others.
Gets killed by a
My-
pack of rats 3 weeks later.
But my time will come. But death can have me when I'm ready.
I'm going to. Are we gonna roll initiative, or is this kind of just like a back and forth thing?
This is kind of a back and forth thing. So if you
Okay.
want to do something, yeah, you can just claim.
I am going to cast Spiritual Guardians.
Oh shit.
And so what I do is I hold up my gauntlet, which has an eye inscribed on the back of it, and on the top of it, and I say some magic-y sounding words that I haven't decided yet, and right above me appears this spectral winged being about maybe 2 or 3 feet in diameter, and kind of pulses this light, and they need to make
Oh,
a wisdom
shit.
saving throw.
Oh shit, yeah, no, this is the fucking bigger one.
Oh.
And it periodically makes
Where is it?
15-foot pulses of like spectral light.
Oh no, it's that one. Okay. So you send this out, and you watch as it does. It's the spectral aspects of your spell sort of cut through the mist, and as it does, it cuts through this figure, whoever the fuck he is, because you don't really know. But you watch as as this figure sort of begins to, like, your spell sort of kind of radiates around you, and it definitely does cut into this figure and through the mist as well. And as it does, you watch as, without needing to do a fucking saving throw, it does actually begin to, in some manner, dissipate along with some bits of the mist around you. You watch as the figure begins to dissipate even more and more, as the figure turns to Arakion, looking less angry. Like, as it's sort of dissipating, you see that its anger begins to sort of fade in its face. And before it dissipates completely, it says to Arakion, "Then let your conviction guide you, Gracefelger." And then it disappears completely. The
They don't call me
amount of the amount of voices that you hear goes from 2 to 1. And you watch as after that initial burst, you watch as some of the mist does seem to form around the two of you once again, but stays at what seems to be a good bit of distance because of your spiritual guardian spell.
15-foot radius.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's fucking huge.
I think that's what it says. Hang on. Call forth spirits to protect you. They flit around you to a distance of 15 feet for the duration.
Yeah, oh, Jesus. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, that is a good distance around you. And you begin to watch, Frost, as the two voices surrounding you now initially becomes one. And you see a silhouette begin to sort of make its way in the distance. But before you can truly catch its shape, it does seem to almost try and dissipate. And it seems like the initial spell of your spiritual guardians itself is at the very least preventing whatever the fuck is happening right now from actually truly inflicting anything upon you and Arakion. But I do want you to give me one last perception check.
We've got a 6 total. I rolled a 3.
Damn.
This is bad day for rolls.
Yeah, no shit. So you do not get a chance to see who this figure might be, or even hear who it might be, as it begins to dissipate, and the voices go from one to silence. And as you both now continue to walk, you watch as the mist around you begin to dissipate, and the way ahead begins to clear. And with that,
did we just bully our way through the fucking storm?
You bullied your way. I dealt with it.
Yeah. No, you bullied your
I
way,
got an
and
umbrella.
Frost casted. Yeah, no, Frost just was like, "Fuck this shit, meet my friends."
I'm out.
Say hello to my little friend.
And with that, I need both of you to mute yourselves, and I need Carlo to come
Back
on
rooms.
back.
Back rooms. I'm going
Alright.
to
If
the
you would
back
like
room.
to. If you would like to.
I'm going
Alright,
to.
let me see the back rooms. Hang on. There it is.
Okay. Hi, Carlo.
Hi.
So, you are surrounded by the mist. You have lost pretty much everyone. You cannot see any member of your party. And, like, as you look around, you begin to hear what seems to be whispering, murmured voices. They begin in what almost seems like a cacophony. A multitude of voices whispering, unable to truly be heard, unsure of what they're saying, but they eventually do begin to eventually not die down, but the amount of voices heard begins to shrink. What seems to be a grand amount becomes smaller, until you hear the voices of only a few people just surrounding you. And as you hear this cacophony begin to die down, you see a silhouette begin to make its way towards you. At first, you assume it's one of your party members. And then you realize that that isn't necessarily the case. You see a genasi in front of you. Looks to be late teens, early 20s, male. Something about this one in particular looks very, very familiar, but you're not entirely sure right off the get-go as to what. I want you to roll me a insight check. Double check something here.
12 total.
12. That is enough. You look at this genasi, this young genasi, and for some reason, albeit because of the fact that he looks much older in this case, you recognize this as your son, Alexander.
I think Yuri's mind immediately jumps to, like, the worst. I think Yuri's mind immediately starts, like, scrambling, and he's like, no, like, he is, the first emotion is just guilt and failure. Well, like, two. Those are two emotions. But he's just like, Alex, what are you doing here?
He doesn't necessarily answer your question, but he looks to you with heartbreak in his eyes and goes, "How could you have left us like this, Father? How could you have left your family, mother, my sister, to just you just left us. to pursue this.
I had to. You have to understand this. None of this was an easy decision. Not on me, not on your mother, not on your grandfather.
As you say that, you hear another voice behind you, familiar as well, but much older, go, "Don't put your own mistakes on me, Yuri." You turn behind you and you immediately see your father standing behind you. "Your choices to follow me were your own."
Yuri feels so conflicted. I think one half of him is relieved. I don't know. I guess that's the word, to see his father after all these years, but then the other part of him is anger. He looks and is like, "What, was I just not gonna follow you? Was I just gonna ignore the fact that you were gone?"
Alexander responds and is like, "You could have chosen to stay with us, with your family, in the material plane, to watch me and my sister grow."
That's all I wanted, Alex. You don't understand. That's all I wanted to do that. I just...
Then why follow in his footsteps, knowing it would have led to the exact same thing as what happened to you?
I had to know. I have a right to know. All I ever wanted for you was for you to be safe and happy, and I want that for your sister and for your mother, and that's... And if it's at the expense of my own damn happiness, then just... It's my decision to make as your father. You... I can say with 100% certainty and with no pause for thought that I love you and I love our family, and I would lay down my life for you and for your sister and for your mom in an instant. All of this is me trying to do that. And I understand. Rhea knows I know how much it hurts. But If I had it my way, I would have spent my whole life next to you, and next to your sister, and next to your mother, and steer clear of any clan drama or anyone's business. But it's just not the way the world works, my sweet boy. It's just not the way it works.
You watch as your son and your father begin to sort of stand side by side with each other. Your father looks of what seems to be disappointment, your son in anger. And your father goes, "Oh, Yuri. You did not need to follow my own path to seek answers. You did not need to walk down the same path that so many of our kind have already laid prints on. Your choices are your own. With that, you watch as they begin to fade, to dissipate within the mists.
Can, fuck. Can Yuri...
Take a breath.
Shit, dude. I think Yuri... Wow, this is intense. I think Yuri... and you'll let me know if he succeeds at this, but he tries to grab through the mist in the spot where his father was.
You reach out. You watch as the mists around your father dissipate till both he and your son are completely gone, but the mists that formed them remain for a bit and then begin to wrap themselves around you. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
17 total.
Holy shit. You suddenly feel like as these mists begin to make their way towards you, they begin to wrap around your arm to cling to it. You begin to feel what feels like a burning, scorching pain, one you have not felt before. You feel like it is almost unbearable, but for some fucking reason, you manage to persevere, to continue on, to push on. And suddenly the mists around you dissipate in an implosion of sound and of bursting embers. You look at your arm, and you see that for the most part, it is undamaged. However, you see upon your skin, it is in some way looks as if it is marked. You see what look to be designs, lines across it to almost give it a different appearance of sorts. Not completely changed, but you know that somehow in this moment something happened here. Whether or not this was a test, whether or not this was just Rhea being a bitch, but something about this was meant to fuck with you. And you're not entirely sure if you passed or not. But as you sort of are here, standing, kneeling on both knees, however you sort of see it in this moment, you see that your arm, your left arm, in this, to be more specific, will symbolizes whatever the hell you just went through, and you're not entirely sure you wish that was the case. And with that, I'm going to ping the boys back.
I'm gonna take a breath.
Yeah, no, go ahead. That was
I'll be right back.
yeah. Really? There we go.
We are here!
Hi.
Hello! I am here.
Yeah, he is here. Okay, who's... Alright. Alright, we are gonna wait on Carlo for a quick bit before we continue. He needed to take a quick breather after what just happened.
Oh wow! Oh no!
Oh no.
All right.
This is kind of one of those sorry not sorry moments, but
Gotta love it as a DM though.
You ruined.
oh, I am so gonna regret this once he becomes the DM.
Well, that means that I'll have to be the DM next to make sure he forgets. I'll give him enough time and enough to think about before he forgets about it.
Hang on.
Yeah, no.
Dust. Do you remember what I had? Remember what I told you my prediction was for Yuri?
Yeah, it was something about him and his kid or something.
Imagine if that is the case. Oh my god.
Bro, that'd be so heartbreaking.
That'd be
The last time we did something with like his father in that vision room or whatever, like I swear I was on the verge of tears.
Oh, then you're gonna hate this.
Alright, we back.
Alright.
So, welcome back, Carlo. Arakion and Frost.
Hi.
After a quick bit of kind of getting your bearings straight and getting out of the fog, you watch as like slowly everyone else begins to appear out of the fog itself. Like first you see Icarus, who comes out fairly quick because I don't know, it's fucking Icarus. You see Big B eventually come out, then Crystalina, and you wait like maybe a quick bit after Crystalina, and then suddenly within the mist you hear a sound that is almost like, and for lack of better words, like an air implosion of whatnot. You see suddenly a space within the mist itself begins to sort of form around, begin to clear. And within that particular space, you see Yuri.
And then he's gonna immediately run over. And, well, like also he's gonna hold on to Frost to make sure he doesn't like leave. And he's gonna reach over to Yuri. He's gonna grab him by the shoulder. Hey, throw it over. You know.
Did you?
So
Look,
as
I imagine you did that with every single party member that comes out. You just yank him out.
yeah, no.
There's just a
So
pile of
you-
people around us.
Conga line.
Yeah. So one of the things that you can tell with, at the very least with Yuri, I'm not gonna even try and figure it out with the rest of the fucking party because it's too much brain effort on my part. But you see that one thing that you can see with Yuri is that for some reason his left arm looks different.
Oh,
Looks
fuck it.
marked of some. It looks like it was marked of some sort.
Was he got the mark of Cain on him or something?
Ha!
No, this isn't supernatural.
I thought you were
But
gonna say,
I
his
was-
left arm got cut off.
I was thinking
No,
of
it's-
Lucifer, but all right. I haven't gotten to that part of Supernatural yet.
yeah, same difference, honestly. But you see that there are markings along his left arm that you didn't see there before and are definitely not on his other arm. But the only other thing that you can see is that whatever happened to Yuri in the mists, he was crying.
So I guess when I immediately see his face, I'm like, and he's gonna check around him or check around the place to make sure that there's nothing else here. He's gonna yell out, "Come out, wherever you are."
You yell, you look around, you do not see anything. The mists are not trying to reform around Yuri, and your own voice echoes along the walls of the maze.
How long would you say it's been? Like
Since
at least 10 minutes?
I'd say like between 8 to 10 minutes at this point since when you first came out.
So the spell only has a duration of 10 minutes. So
Yeah.
after
yeah,
that
no,
duration, it disappears.
Yeah, no, at the duration it disappears, and the mists do not seem to be advancing upon you and the rest of the party. From what it looks like, it is still dissipating, like after that sort of implosion around Yuri, and it is like slowly beginning to dissipate and become less thick around the corridors itself.
So this place seems, if I'm sensing a pattern here, it's a place of regrets and unfinished business and troubling memories. Just based on what I've seen so far.
That would explain what happened before.
Where's his background?
Wait, did Yuri say something, or was that you?
I think that was Dusk.
Sorry, I was trying to.
Oh.
I'm on the computer for this, but I'm also looking at my phone,
Yeah, no, you're fine.
trying to find. I guess I never wrote it down. I thought I did. Weird.
I think Yuri hesitates and is like, is there a chance that all of this was for nothing and that everything I pretty much coming here was worthless?
Yes. There is a chance that it is all pointless.
I don't believe so. I mean, why would they tell you about this place? Why would they like inform you about anything like this. It can't have been for nothing. What happened?
Sometimes things happen for no reason. That is simply the way of the land, the way of the life that we lead.
True, but this is beyond natural anything. We're
Which
talking
makes
about
it even
primordial.
more so. We are in a land that defies our definition of reasoning. The bloody place is on the bloody air is on fire for Christ for Christ for hell. Who the hell's Christ? Is he your brother or something?
We were bound to have one of that. Have that happen sooner than later.
The bloody air is on fire for Helm's sake. This place cannot be governed by our land of reasoning. Regardless, yes, it is possible that we are here for nothing, and that we will die for nothing. That shouldn't stop you, regardless, from marching forward and seizing the opportunities presented.
You could have led with that first part. Anyway,
If you read Frost's personality traits, under ideals, it says Frost is a firm believer in telling it like it is, despite his bedside manner.
Flaws.
certainly.
The worst bedside manner.
Oh God.
Yeah, that would be his flaws.
Yeah,
Well-
actually, yeah. Frost's rough edges can sometimes rub others the wrong way. This is how it starts.
Well, he's gonna look to Yuri and he's gonna say, "What happened? Why say things like that?"
In the mist, I saw. I don't know if it was actually genuinely my father or some sort of illusion. And there was. And my son. He was really young when I left, and I saw him again in the mist, and now he's a teenager. My dad was telling me that I didn't have to chase after him. I could have just stayed home and ignored it. I guess what I mean to say is I came here to know about my dad, and to hear my dad tell me that it was the wrong decision kind of makes this all feel like a big waste of time.
That may be so. But we are here now to focus on how things could have gone, or what they could have been, is unimportant.
It's... My son was mad at me too. For leaving.
Oh, he will be mad at you. He will definitely be mad at you.
Well, that much I never doubted.
But better for him to be mad at you and see you again than never at all.
But I know what it's like for there not to be a father around, and to consider the possibility that I pass that pain on to somebody else. My son.
That I say, conquer the maze and go back to him. Break the cycle.
We're already in it now. If we were to turn back, then it'd really be for nothing. We're already here and we're not dead yet, so that's a start. And
Well then.
also, you know that parents will say things because of their protectiveness over their children. So your father's saying that you shouldn't have come here and exposing yourself and your future kin, your child, children to live without you, that is very concerning for any grandfather slash father. So of course he's gonna. Any good father would say things like that.
Is it this maze? It's supposed to be a trial, is it not?
I believe so, yes.
Perhaps this is the trial. Your trial. Because the longer we travel through here, the more there seems to be an actual exit, other than the way we came. And as the maze continues to shift and move on its own, finding the entrance from which we came seems impossible. Therefore, perhaps conquering these trials within the maze is our only way out. Perhaps it is up to you to find something within yourself.
Do you want to see your son and never let him go through this ever?
It's what I want more than anything.
Then this has to come to an end. Temptation is what many people can fall into, and if you get lost here, then he's gonna fall victim to it too, and then you'll be in the same position as your own father, and he before him, and he before him. Then the cycle will repeat anew. So I say, let's get off our asses and let's continue. Hell, they already tried to torment me with a visage of something I had in my past.
That absolutely did nothing to you. You absolutely roasted that poor bastard. Honestly, I felt if I knew him, I probably would feel a little bad for him myself.
And I'm not sure if Ingela Castamazillion has faced anything similar.
I
Or-
saw something in the mist just before it dissipated after I cast the spell. It may have been something from my past, but let's not worry about it now.
He got rid of it before it could ever get to him. And therefore, yours is all the same. An illusion. Let's keep our heads up, and let's continue forward.
Okay.
Plus, it's getting hot in here.
Do you want me to use my cold breath on you? It might hurt, but it'll relieve something.
You know what?
I'm just kidding. I didn't actually say that.
You know what? Blow me.
Oh God!
Jesus
And-
Christ.
And that's when Raytheon became gay. No.
Frost is asexual.
Oh shit!
I'm just
Fair.
kidding. I haven't actually designated that or not, so.
Nobody does
am-
until shit actually happens. To be fair.
I've never
I,
had a scene like that. Actually, no, I almost had a scene like that happen in one of the campaigns once.
Fun.
Yeah.
Fuck, god damn.
Oh.
The goblin was seducing the barmaid, and then he was just
Here we
trying to
go.
see if he
No.
still had it.
No, okay, we'll just leave it at that. We'll just leave it at that. All right. So with that, you all begin to make your way through the rest of the maze, walking away from the mists. Yuri, throughout this as you're walking away, the one thing that you continuously notice is that your left arm now, along with the marks, you notice that it is also somehow sore. Like, not necessarily, you can't quite pinpoint where exactly it is sore or like what kind of pain it is, but you feel that in some way or another, there's this continual lingering pain within your particular arm, not to the point of obstructing its movement or anything, but you, at the very least, can feel it.
Post tattoo source.
Yeah. I mean, I've never had a tattoo, so I don't know 100%, but I'm just going to say yeah, but it doesn't go away and it doesn't get any better.
Well, I mean, that's how tattoos kind of work. I mean, they never go away.
Yeah, I'm talking about the pain, not the actual tattoo.
Oh. My
Gosh,
bad.
Dan, don't you know anything about tattoos?
No, I don't. I am
You
as-
literally just
I
said
am
that.
blank. I am the blankest motherfucking canvas in Sohum.
Same. Well, not in Sohum, but
Yeah, I was about to say you're in Norhum. Anyway, so
Yuri,
eventually-
I swear. Go ahead.
eventually you guys get to a point where you all want to rest, or getting point to where you're like, all right, we should probably set up camp and whatnot. And as you do, I need everyone to make me one more perception check while we're at it.
alright.
Okay. I like to eat perceptions.
Natural.
Fine.
It's a
That's-
dirty 20. That's
Dirty 20.
dirty.
Ooh,
All
so
right,
dirty.
and did you roll?
No.
Yes, it's not bad. I got it.
Okay, that's
15.
actually a decent one. So, Yuri at this point is kind of not himself right now. So you just kind of let him kind of take his time to process things and whatnot. Arakion and Frost, as soon as you guys begin to sort of settle and get ready for camp and whatnot, you all see ash husks begin to appear. And unlike the last few times where they have been docile, you see their eyes sort of burn with some sort of hunger as they begin, like, as soon as they realize that you guys are sort of staying stagnant, you see at first a couple begin to shuffle their way towards you. And then you begin to hear more. What became 2 becomes 6. What becomes 6 becomes... You are unsure, but at this point it is a small horde of ash husks beginning to make their way towards you. You can't tell shit.
Fair enough.
Yuri's just kind of just like, Yuri just sits there for like 5 minutes when they're like already surrounding us. He's like, Yuri, are you blind?
Man, life is so
Yuri, there's a
sad.
bunch of burning zombies around us. How close are they?
They are...
Or rather, how close is the furthest one from us?
Furthest one would probably be a good 80 to 100 feet away from you, on the other side of the space.
Okay. And the closest one?
Probably closer to about 30 to 35, give or take. And they're getting closer.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Can I shoot one for a free action?
It's not how.
You know what? Yeah, why not? Roll a hit.
He
Roll a
hasn't
hit.
shot his gun in 20
Generous
years.
DM.
I know, right?
Get jams on him.
Alright, get ready to get fucked. 19
wow.
to hit.
Alright, so yeah. No, you take your gun, you pull the trigger, you blast one, it goes down. But there's still a shit ton that are coming around. And, like, as you kind of get ready to defend yourselves, probably eventually getting Yuri out of his goddamn fucking stupor, you all begin to sort of stand around what was going to be your campsite, getting into defensive attack positions. Then all of a sudden you hear what can only be described as a war cry. And
War cry?
suddenly a war cry.
Oh.
Yeah, a war crime, maybe. War cry,
I'm
yes.
going to commit various war crimes.
You
I'll be wanted
watch-
in at least 7 countries.
You all watch as, from what seems to be out of nowhere, an arrow whizzes past all of you and directly hits one of the ash husks. At first, it does nothing. The ash husk sort of stands there, arrow basically in its mouth, looks to the side, looks not at you, but further away from you. And then you watch as the arrow begins to glow in some sort of radiant light until all of a sudden, poof, the arrow explodes and the ash husk falls. You all turn around. You see another Genasi in what looks to be some sort of armor with a longbow in hand. He looks younger than Yuri, probably like mid-20s, early 30s. He's got the sort of Will Turner mustache and goatee going, maybe a little bit raggier and bushier at this point. He's got what almost looks to be sort of raven-esque hair with glowing sort of bits of molten, like lava-esque radiance coming from it. And you see he pulls another arrow from his back, draws it, and not in a normal Genasi accent, but in some other weird-ass accent that throws, at the very least, you, Yuri, off, and is like, "You ain't gonna be getting them this time, you son of a bitch!" And that is where we're gonna leave today's episode.
That's so mean.
Oh no.
I know, I'm an
Why'd
asshole.
you do that to me?
I know, I'm an asshole, but honestly, I kind of traumatized Carlo probably a little bit too much than I should have. I
No,
do
this-
apologize.
This is the
But-
perfect time to go into combat while it's still fresh.
Yeah, hey, no, but tomorrow, I don't have the maps entirely set up, and I need to set a stat block for this fucker that's showing up.
The Ash House?
Not the Ash Husk, I got that. I'm talking about the guy that
Oh.
had the longbow.
Right,
Hey
right.
Dan,
But,
did we get a level up?
No.
no.
We haven't even...
That being... Yeah, you guys haven't even gotten into combat yet.
You
That has
killed
changed-
one.
that-
I killed one. I at least deserve a level up before everybody else.
No,
No.
the fuck you don't. But,
Blue screen of death for a second. I had to restart my computer.
alright, well, that's
damn.
fine. But anyway, thank you all for playing, and thank everyone else for watching. Sorry, not sorry about the trauma.
Fuck you.
But, at the very least, I know I am going to probably regret it once I become a player.
Don't hate the play, I hate the game.
Amen to that. Hopefully we'll get close to everyone to next week. At the very least, I'll be sure to ping everyone early next time around, so then we might actually get our Australian. But we'll pick this up next time with combat, as y'all will be facing off against a bunch of ash husks with the help of a new NPC. So, with that being said, I hope everyone has a good night, good morning, whatever the fuck the time zones are, and we will see you next time.
Bye, stream.
Bye.